What is going on? Josh right here. Welcome back to a new video here on Let's Talk Sports. Today it is Wednesday, November 23rd, 2022. It is currently 9:30 at night. Today I'm going to be doing a tier list on the NFL teams so far going into Week 12. This was something I was going to do at the beginning of the NFL season. I just never really had the time to. Saw that we were losing subscribers a little bit. I mean, it's really fine. If you unsubscribe, you unsubscribe, but I don't know, just kind of want the numbers to go back. But we're taking a break from baseball. Obviously, baseball season's over. Not really a whole lot to talk about. So, NFL season's going on. I enjoy football a lot. I've been watching a little bit this year. So, yeah, we're going to do a tier list. As you can see, we got all 32 teams in here. We have the terrible tier. We have the disappointing tier. And then, of course, you have fine, above average, and then, of course, the elite teams. And so, hopefully you guys do enjoy. Like and subscribe. Comment down below what's your thoughts on every NFL team this year. How would you put them on the tier list? Let me know. So, starting off with the Arizona Cardinals. They've been disappointing this year. Kyler Murray, he's just, I don't know, it's just, he hasn't really been great this year. Cardinals, for some reason, just haven't been playing very well at home. I mean, this was a team that did very well last year. Of course, they went to the playoffs. Rams knocked them out. I mean, this team has just not been the greatest. They had a big win against the Rams a couple weeks ago, which was pretty good. But it isn't really much to say about the NFC West this year. Just the Cardinals are 4-7. They have not been doing really great. I know some people were expecting them to kind of slip through the cracks a little bit, kind of cool off this year. Yeah, there isn't really much to say about them. Falcons, I'll put them in disappointing. Let's see, Falcons. To be honest with you, that entire NFC South, has been kind of disappointing. And you know what? I'll put them in fine. They play okay at home. Mariota, I know some people love giving him crap. I think Mariota is kind of an underrated quarterback. I think he gets a little bit too much hate. But the Falcons, where are the Falcons? I mean, let's see. Do they have any big wins? I mean, they had a close game week 1 against the Saints. Let's see. They ended up beating the Browns. That was a big upset, kind of. Let's see. Did they win both games this year against the Panthers? They won, or they lost. They split with the Panthers. The entire NFC South has been very disappointing, but I think the Falcons are a little bit better than the Cardinals, in a way. Ravens, above average. I'll try and make this as short as possible. When the Ravens play healthy, they play great. That's what happens. See, that's what happens when your entire team is healthy. Yeah, I mean, you play great football. They are in first in the NFC or AFC North right now, aren't they? I think they are. They are coming off of a big win streak. Are they undefeated? No, they're not. I don't know why I was asking if they were undefeated. No, they're not undefeated. They're 7-3. I knew they were not undefeated. I promise. I meant to ask if they were first in the AFC North. So they're 7-3. They're having a pretty good year. I won't put them in elite. I think that they'll be a playoff contender this year. Again, if they continue to stay healthy for the rest of the year, who knows? Maybe they'll go far. Bills, they're an elite team. I mean, this team, They are favorites to win the AFC this year alongside the Chiefs. Might as well put the Chiefs in there too. I mean, they're always competing. They've been a really good team for the last few years. This year they were expected to not do as good. I mean, they had a couple disappointing losses, so have the Bills. I don't really know what to say. But the Chiefs, Patrick Mahomes, Josh Allen, two of the best quarterbacks in football. They have two really great coaches, really good offenses. They both play, again, really good at home. Wouldn't surprise me if these two teams... It would surprise me if these two teams don't end up in the AFC Championship game this year. Or go to the Super Bowl. Panthers... I'll put them in terrible. Panthers have been terrible. They fired their coach halfway through the year. Baker Mayfield wasn't very good. Let's see here. Who is their new starter? I'm gonna look at their Falcons game. Let's see. Philip Walker's their new QB now. Philip Walker, he let's see. Yeah, I saw Baker lost his job, which, I mean, he was just awful. He started off with the Colts, really. I remember hearing about him when he was with the Colts. I think he backed up for Andrew Luck for a couple years, for a few years. But yeah, besides him, he's had a couple decent games, but Panthers are just... I don't know if they're just terrible this year. Bears, I won't put them in terrible, but after the deadline they got better. It's just the problem is they just can't win games. Bengals, I would put them in elite, but above average. They're close to being elite though. Joe Burrow continues to be a great QB. They've had a few games this year where they struggled. I don't really know what to say. I'm just trying to keep these as brief as possible, and I want to go to bed after this. Browns have been disappointing. Maybe they play better if Deshaun Watson was there, but they have Nick Chubb and Kareem Hunt still keeping them alive. Cowboys, but actually, you know what? They're elite. I don't know. Cowboys are elite. That roster is just very talented. I know Prescott was injured for most of the year. Cooper Rush was really decent besides that one game he had against the Eagles. Playing the Giants tomorrow, which I think the Cowboys will probably win. Giants, they're kind of cooling off. While we're at it, we'll put the Giants in above average. I don't know. Call me crazy, but yes, I know what some people would say right now about the Giants. I mean, they've been all right this year. I mean, their coach they got a new head coach. Like I'm always saying, coaching is a big part in sports, and like you can be a really good manager. You can take a shit team and make them really, really good. Obviously, that's why you're a good coach. But yeah, Giants they're good this year. Cowboys are going to be making the playoffs again this year. I don't know if I want to put them in a lead, but yeah, why not? Broncos have been terrible. Broncos have not been very good this year. Russell Wilson has been horrendous this year. If you're a Broncos fan and you have to watch, I'm so sorry, Russell Wilson wasn't the way you expected him to. Lions, I'll put them in fine. No, not above average. Yeah, they're fine. I know a lot of people didn't expect them to be, great. I know I was expecting them to be better than the Bears, but I don't think anybody expected them to be second in the NFC North and have a better record than the Packers. I mean, geez Louise, and they beat the Packers. They're on a 3-game winning streak going into Thanksgiving, which is insane. Speaking of the Packers, disappointing. It's not all Aaron Rodgers' fault, but there's just a bunch of problems going down in Green Bay. It's going to be a long rest of the season for them. It's going to be a long off season for Green Bay. I live in Illinois, so I have to put up with Packers fans and Bears fans a lot. Please, just help me. Texans, terrible. Not really anything else to say about them. Colts, disappointing. I'm probably just gonna fly through these. I know their coach got, though they have looked a little bit better, they with their new intern. Hope maybe he was trying to, trying to stay on the team next year. I know Matt Ryan. My advice to the Colts next year: just draft a quarterback. The experiment where you take old guys for a year, like the Carson Wentz experiment, didn't work. The Matt Ryan experiment's definitely not working. Jonathan Taylor's probably just their main source of offense. Yeah. Texans they've been terrible this year too. Dameon Pierce is pretty much the only good thing about them. I mean, Brandon Cooks just looks like he doesn't want to be there anymore. Jaguars. What do I put the Jaguars? Terrible. I don't know what to say about the Jaguars. It's going to be a while before they start winning again. Okay, so both LA teams are back-to-back. Where do I put the Chargers? Rams have been disappointing. They're 3-7, I think, right now. Probably after this week they're going to be 3-8 because they're playing the Chiefs. Chargers, I think they're fine. Great. They have a great team. It's just they are. I know they're struggling with injuries right now. Giants are struggling with injuries right now too, so that's probably going to hurt them going into the later half of the year. But we'll see what the Giants do. I'll most likely redo this tier list at the end of the year, maybe after the Super Bowl. But Chargers, they're fine. Raiders have been terrible. Get Josh McDaniels out of there right now. Listen, I love Josh McDaniels. He was a great coach in New England. I don't know what it is, but it seems like whenever a Patriots coach leaves New England, takes a head coaching job, it never goes well. Dan Campbell, he coached the Lions for a couple years. He was a Patriots coach for a long time. Coached the Lions, terrible. Joe Judge last year with the Giants, he was terrible. Josh McDaniels this year, he's been terrible. And now McDaniels, or Joe Judge and who's Matt Patricia? That's who I was saying. Matt Patricia, and Joe Judge. They are back with the Patriots right now. Dolphins, they've been above average. I think the Bills are a better team on paper than the Dolphins. Let's see. Vikings, they're coming off of a big loss against the Cowboys, though I think they're still elite. I still think the Vikings are a really good team. Coming off of a big loss against the Cowboys. Kirk Cousins, I mean, got sacked like 7 times on primetime TV. Looking to bounce back against the Patriots tomorrow, which my favorite team. Yes, I'm a Patriots fan, say what you want. They're fine. They're not great. They're not bad, just fine. Saints, I'd say they're fine. Let's see. I'm just gonna fly through the rest of these because my Chromebook is being stupid. Jets, disappointing. Eagles, elite. Coming off of a loss against Washington, that's fine. I know they've lost one game to Washington. Wait. Steelers, disappointing. Very boring team. Seahawks, they're fine. 49ers, elite. They are actually my favorites to go to the Super Bowl in the NFC right now, alongside the Eagles. Eagles and 49ers for the NFC. Buccaneers, Tom Brady, man. I mean, what the hell's going on over there? Titans, fine. And then Washington, I'm rating them over the Buccaneers, so say what you want. So that's going to do it for my tier list. Sorry I didn't really say much about every team. My Chromebook is just being real stupid right now, as you can see. But I'll probably redo this after week 12. Yeah, who knows.